the Enforcer.
I believe they're called enforcers, Gordon. I sell women's shoes.
And the Stallion.
Stallion, baby! I am not what you would call a handsome man. I'll kick you in the nuts and you'll smile at me and like it. Oh, nice!
Hey, welcome to another edition of the All Night Long Wrestling Podcast. He is the Stallion, I'm the Enforcer, and we are back for yet another episode. We're just throwing them out like they're pepperoni sandwiches, man. We had Shane Taylor on earlier this week, which people need to listen to because it was a groundbreaking interview.
It was groundbreaking.
We had Kimberly on last week. We got predictions. We got contests. We got everything. You know what everybody else has? Shit. Nothing.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. That's us. That's what we do. We're giving people tickets, man. We haven't made a dime, probably spent in the thousands, and we're giving away free stuff.
Well, that's a depressing way to start my Saturday, but you're right. That is correct. We are doing everything that we can.
Way to start your Saturday, and we're going to be quick about this. You know, it's an expedited episode. Ever since you and I started doing this All Night Long Wrestling Podcast, unemployment right now is at the lowest it's ever been in 18 years.
I really do appreciate the stats. That's really, that's good. It's good knowledge for everybody out there, and it shows the influence that we've had in the however long that we've been doing this for. I don't want to state it because I feel like that's going to make me feel worse. But you know what I mean?
Over 3 years.
Okay, there you go.
So it only took us 3 years to bring unemployment down to an 18-year low.
You know
Obama,
what I mean?
Bush, Clinton, Bush, Obama. They can't do it.
Yeah.
We can. Stallion, Enforcer, baby.
Term, man. That's,
Look at that. Give me 3 years. We'll do anything, man. You know what we're going to do today? Hunters wonder what we're going to do. We're gonna preview Backlash today. And I'm just going to, if you want to break down how we're going to do it, I'm going to go ahead and post about it.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, so we're going to look at this Sunday's Backlash pay-per-view, which is, I hesitate to even say the first co-branded pay-per-view because all the major ones have been co-branded, and before the brand split, there was no such thing as co-branded. So anyway, they've gone back to the shows with both Raw and SmackDown matches on them, as opposed to individually branded shows. And this particular card looks like 8 main show matches and 1 pre-show match. Several championships are on the line. However, not Brock Lesnar's championship because,
big match Brocky doesn't do that.
That's correct. But they do have several title matches and a few other, I guess what we would call grudge matches on this card as well. So we're going to run through all of those matches and give our quick picks, I guess you could say, for who the winners are. And then, as we always do, we encourage everybody to go over to WrestleRumble.com and see if they want to enter in their picks. And you can just pick the opposite of what Mikey and I do. And you might get a victory out of that.
Yeah, if you want to go over to Wrestle Rumble, you could just take my picks and take about $5 and wipe a dog's ass with it. Because that's what I did at the Greatest Royal Rumble. I came in like 4,000 out of 150. I suck.
Well, I see where you're going with that, but I guess
no, it was a lot of fun though. I'll be honest, real quick. Wrestle Rumble. I've only done it a couple times, but it gives a lot more meaning to actually the matches you're watching.
Yeah, and especially some of these shows like the whatever they call the B shows, right? Where there's not as much interest or build up in the card, and you get a chance to maybe win some money or some prizes from them. So definitely encourage people who are willing to spend the $10 to enter the contest and get it going.
Or it's like 20 for 3 picks, and you got BK. BK is looking like a young Rockefeller over there. The guy's winning every email I get. Brian Kelly is coming in top 5.
Well, I mean, the man is a professional, and
some people have it, Joe, and some people don't, and I'm one of the ones that don't.
I also do not have it, whatever it is, because
if you're a new podcast, you'd be called a couple of guys that don't have it.
Yeah, just failures. All right, so the opening contest is going to be a pre-show match between Bayley and Ruby Riott. Do you have a feel for this match one way or the other?
Yeah, I have a feeling it's probably not going to be good. Am I right?
Well, no, coming out firing on a Saturday morning this week.
No, actually, I'm really excited. I was just kidding. I'm a big fan of Ruby Riott. I hate her finisher, the disaster kick. I think it never looks good, but I like her as a worker, and I do like Bayley, so I'm sure if they get enough time, they'll have a really good match. I don't see anything groundbreaking out of it. I don't think Sasha is going to be turning on her officially like at a in a pre-show. But I'm going to say Ruby Riott gets the win, and we'll keep the Riott Squad strong.
I agree. I think that's what's going to happen here. They just moved them over to Raw, so I think Ruby Riott will get the victory here. And I don't know if Sasha will get involved or not, but I'm going to say that Ruby Riott gets the win. So next match, let's start with the non-title matches. We have Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I believe this is a rematch from Raw a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, excuse me. I'm confused by the whole Bobby Lashley thing. I don't know. I would put him on Raw with a guy like Strowman, but unless they're going to be a tag team, it's cool. But I don't know. It's probably Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are going to lose. I would say Braun Strowman, you can't beat Braun, and maybe Strowman and Lashley get the win, and maybe heel turn by Bobby. I don't know. Bobby's character, he's been here 4 weeks, and they just threw him into like a bunch of mixed man tag matches, and they haven't really made him feel special at all, which is a little disappointing because I don't think that the WWE universe right now kind of remembers who he is because he was here 10 years ago.
Yeah, I think about that time. Yeah, it seems like they don't really know exactly what to do with him right now, which I'm not sure why that is if they knew he was coming in. But I agree with you. I don't know if maybe this is a setup for him turning and maybe starting something up with Braun, but I don't know if they'll do that. So I just feel like they'll go with, like you said, a Braun and Bobby Lashley win, and Owens and Zayn will continue to look foolish, as they say.
Yeah, even though their pops last week were just tremendous when they were in Montreal.
Yes, absolutely.
Fine. They probably don't sell merch and they're not good in the ring. So just
no. I mean, why would they do things like that? Let's go with a SmackDown match, which is one of the hottest feuds in pro wrestling right now.
Oh God,
Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass.
This sucks. Daniel Bryan should win, and that's all I care about. He had him beat up a midget. What is this shit? This is like Vader, mini Vader versus mini Goldust. This sucks. Big Cass's promos are brutal. He's okay in the ring, he's serviceable for a 9-foot tall monster, but don't have him cut a promo. Give him a mouthpiece, and that's it. Just have Daniel Bryan win. This sucks.
I kind of like mini Vader, but okay. Now I'm gonna go with Big Cass on this one. If this program's gonna go out for, I don't know if I assume it's gonna go out beyond this show, so I'm gonna say that Cass will find a way to get a victory here and disappoint all the fans, and they'll keep this going for a little while. So I'm going to go with Big Cass as the winner. Let's go with the one other match that is not a title match on this show, which is the big dog, Roman Reigns, against now SmackDown competitor Samoa Joe.
Well, Samoa Joe has been looking strong, cutting great promos, and has built heat with AJ and Nakamura. So Roman's probably going to win pretty clean in about 8 minutes.
That's kind of where I'm leaning to. I really feel like it's. Obviously everybody that's been following knows that Roman's kind of come up short in these matches with Brock, and he's coming off as a bit of a loser. And now,
nice.
No, and Joe keeps calling him a failure, right, and all this stuff. So I don't know. I guess the common thought would be that they'll give Roman the win here, since Joe is moving over to SmackDown, and has moved over to SmackDown. And they'll, keep the big dog strong. So I'll go with Roman Reigns as well. Next up, let's go with the SmackDown Women's Championship match. It's the champion Carmella against challenger Charlotte Flair. Obviously, anybody, again, who's following knows Carmella cashed in on the SmackDown after WrestleMania and beat Charlotte for the women's title. So this is a rematch for Charlotte.
I think they're probably going to do Charlotte and Asuka again next year, or WrestleMania, or some combination of Asuka, Charlotte, and Ronda Rousey. So I think it's a little bit early to put the title back on Charlotte. Probably some Iconics-esque interference, and Carmella keeps the title. Unless Ellsworth comes back in like a dog costume and she spits on him or whatever she did, and she had a chain on him. So I'm going to go with the Iconics and Carmella.
All right. I also think that Carmella is going to keep the title. I agree. You might want to watch out for anybody, again, who making predictions, and watch out for some sort of a DQ finish here. But I do think that Carmella will hang on to the championship. I think it's too soon to take it off of her after that long period of time that she had the briefcase for the Money in the Bank.
She's pretty good with the title too. She get pretty good promos and stuff like that. So I have no issue with it.
Yeah, I agree. For the Raw Women's Championship, we have Nia Jax against Alexa Bliss. Again, this is a rematch from WrestleMania where Nia Jax won the championship.
Alexa Bliss hasn't been wrestling. Joe, any idea why?
I heard she may have got a breast augmentation.
Yeah, that's why. Cool. So, yeah, she should lose then because this whole what is it called? A moment of bliss or some segment? What is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
No, it's not good, and they're kind of I don't like it, and just keep it on Nia. Although also, if you're gonna keep it on Nia, for the love of God, keep her off the commentary table. That is bad, like real bad. Keep it on Nia, let her go do her thing, and have her feud with anybody else. I'm done with the Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax thing.
Yeah, I think again, it's too soon to change it off of Nia. And Bliss had that title for a better part of a year when she came over to Raw last year. So I just think that they need to go in a different direction with it right now. As good as Bliss has been as a character, but I think Nia Jax will retain the women's championship on Raw. Next, we have the U.S. Championship, which is the champion Jeff Hardy versus challenger Randy Orton. This was switched up from Jinder Mahal, of course, as per Jeff Hardy won the title from Jinder in the whole superstar shakeup situation a couple weeks ago. So Hardy is defending against Randy Orton.
I think you have two options with Randy Orton. You either finally give him the U.S. title or you throw him into the main event picture. And they've been flirting with him in the U.S. title for, I don't know, seems like 6 months now. So just cut bait and have him win the U.S. title. And I know how much they love Jeff Hardy, and they're teasing like his old music coming back or something. They're probably going to put Jeff Hardy in the main event title picture like it's 2008 all over again. So I think maybe like a full-on heel turn from Randy, and we get him champion.
I'll go with Jeff on this one. I think the thing with the U.S. titles, it's been bouncing around a little too much for my liking. You know, I mean, Rude had it when he won the tournament. He lost it to Orton, and then Orton lost it to Jinder, and then Jinder lost it to Jeff. And like, it's all happened in the last 3 months.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
So I guess I'm just going to say Jeff Hardy retains. I'm hoping maybe this is just the first in a series of matches between these two guys. I think they could have an interesting feud. And I'll say that Jeff Hardy retains the U.S. Championship.
I feel like Randy's lost a lot lately too, and I know they don't like to have him lose. So that's what I was thinking. But you make some good points about the quick title changes. So I really don't know.
Let's go with the Intercontinental title next. It's Seth Rollins, is champion on Raw versus The Miz from SmackDown.
Is Finn Balor on the show?
Finn Balor is not on this show.
Seth Rollins was going to retain, I think. This interbranded stuff is kind of getting a little convoluted to me. And I think Rollins and Balor have had some really good matches. Awesome match on Raw this week. And I don't know what they're going to do long term, but I don't think they're planning on Monday Night Rollins losing anytime soon. So I'm saying Rollins.
Yeah, I agree. I agree that Rollins should keep it. I mean, The Miz, you know, again, I wouldn't want the shows to be uneven as far as the championships are concerned. And really what they should have done is put Miz in a program with Daniel Bryan when he came over, and maybe they're going to do that. I don't know. But that's probably where the money would be with him right now. So I'm going to say that Rollins retains also, and hopefully Miz moves on to something a little more interesting on SmackDown. And in the main event, we have a no disqualification match for the WWE Championship, which is AJ Styles defending against Shinsuke Nakamura again.
Samoa Joe loses clean to Roman Reigns, causes AJ Styles the title in the main event in a no DQ match, and you get an interesting little program with Joe, AJ, Nakamura, because Nakamura is going to be your new champion walking out of Backlash.
I thought the same thing when they were doing the Greatest Royal Rumble. Well, not the Samoa Joe part, but I thought that Nakamura would win that, and they had him did like a double DQ or double count out, I think it was. And now this is a no DQ match, which, again, everybody knows that Nakamura seems to just be low blowing. Ooh, that sounded bad. Hitting low. Well, you know what I mean. Nut shots.
Picking him in the dick or punching him.
Yeah. AJ Styles a lot, which would, in this case, would kind of lend itself to Nakamura having the advantage. So I'll say that AJ overcomes the odds once again and retains the WWE title just to be a little bit different.
Okay. I think either way, the title picture on SmackDown is far more promising than Raw.
Yeah, that's fair.
AJ Nakamura, Styles, AJ Nakamura, and Samoa Joe. What is the safest bet on this card?
The safest bet. I'm gonna go with Nia Jax as the safest bet. Personally, I think I don't see any way that she will lose or be disqualified or anything against Alexa. I'm gonna say Nia Jax.
I'm going to go Seth Rollins. So anybody who's picking on Wrestle Rumble, Alexa Bliss and The Miz are your surefire bets.
All right, man. That sounds
We're here
great.
to make money for people. Listen, we appreciate everybody checking in. Go check out our interview with Shane Taylor. It was awesome. It got feedback from Shane Taylor, King Mo. There's a little bit going on Twitter. We're going to see something happening. Facebook.com/allnightlongwp, at allnightlongwp on Instagram, on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube, at allnightlongwp, also on Twitter. And I don't want to say we just booked a big guest. I don't want to say that. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag. But we have potential for a very, very, very popular guest to be on the coming weeks. Secondly, we're going to be announcing the winner of the WWE Raw free tickets contest Monday night at Nassau Coliseum. Give us about 2 hours, maybe noontime today. We'll have a winner announced. We appreciate everybody that subscribed on the YouTube, followed us on Twitter, followed us on the Instagram, and, of course, the Stallion himself for coming up with the ticket, just being an overall great guy.
Well, that's just blind luck, but I appreciate you giving me that shout out. But yeah, I was glad that we could do that. And for the winner, where it'll be announced in a couple hours, they get to sit to the great BK at the show, so they'll have a great time all around.
Breaking kayfabe, nice. We appreciate everybody checking us out. Also, as always, you can find us on Damage 365 Radio Network. And listen, it's another installment of the All Night Long Wrestling Podcast. He's a Stallion, I'm the Enforcer, and we're tapping out.
Apparently, we're not tapping out. I just want you to know that. Oh, yeah.